everyone, I'm Meredith and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. I love all things luxury. I love luxury shoes, I love luxury handbags, luxury lifestyle and vlogging, and if they're things that appeal to you, I hope you'll do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button down below. Hitting that subscribe button costs you absolutely nothing and means so much to me, so I hope you'll help me out. Today I have a collaboration with the fabulous, wonderful, lovely Victoria from Accounting for Luxury. We got together, we had a chat, we chose some handbags for each other, and we both had an unboxing. So we had a fun time. So we videoed it for you guys, and I'm going to throw up my video first, my half of it, and then you have to go over to her channel to see the second half of it. So I have linked down below Victoria's YouTube channel and her video, so you can go straight from here over to there to see what we got up to in her video. And she's got a great channel, so if you're not subscribed to her yet, make sure you are. She's one of my tribe here on YouTube of people that I adore. So make sure you are subscribed to her. So enjoy our time together. So we have Victoria from Accounting for Luxury with us today. It's so exciting. Hi.
Hello.
So she's coming to us from Nashville, which is very exciting. Never been. Do we love Nashville? Is it a nice place? Do I need to get myself there?
I love Nashville. You and Dale and Connor need to come and have a Nashville trip, because you guys, the three of you, would just take the city by storm.
I don't know if the city can handle the three of us together, to be perfectly fair, but we'd certainly have a good time. So what would you suggest we do if we made it to Nashville? What are your favorite things about Nashville?
Well, my favorite things are a little bit different, just because a lot of the things that Nashville's kind of known for, I'm not as big into. Like, I avoid Broadway, where like all the honky tonks are and everything like that. I avoid that like the plague. If I'm going to Broadway, it's like pulling teeth. Things that I like to do, like, we have so many gorgeous waterfalls and hikes around. We've got some good shopping. We've got some amazing just gardens that are laid out, that are just some of those beautiful things. And they have these incredible art exhibitions throughout the gardens. That's one of my favorite things to go and see every season as they change it out. We have a presidential home that's wonderful to tour. We've got just a lot of interesting, weird, random things to go and do and see. Like, we built a full-scale Parthenon. And so we have a Parthenon that you can go and tour in the middle of the city. And so it's just sort of like those little random things, finding little pop-up shows of unknown artists at random parks, going to various food festivals that we have around. That's the type of stuff that I like to do. I avoid the typical Nashville things as much as humanly possible. I get out of the city when they're happening. Like, when Country Music Fest is going on, I'm not going into Nashville proper, if I can avoid it at all costs.
But is country music like a must? You have to listen to country music in Nashville. It's a way of life.
You're going to end up listening to it whether you want to or not, because it's everywhere. But you can definitely avoid the worst of it.
The worst of it. Well, I definitely need to get there at some point. I'd love to come see it. But in the meantime, we thought we'd do a collaboration today. So we're going to do a unboxing each. So the first half of today's video will be on my channel, and then you'll need to head over to Victoria's channel, Accounting for Luxury. It will be linked in the description box down below. Make sure you go and subscribe to her. She's got a great channel. She is the YSL queen, and that sits nicely in my wheelhouse because I am not. So she has been an influence on me. So we thought on each of our channels we would do an unboxing, because we both have an unboxing to do. And then we thought we'd spend some time looking at our thoughts on what each other would like in terms of a bag. So I've chosen some bags that I think Victoria would love, and I think she's chosen some that she thinks that I would love. So we thought that we'd do that just as a bit of fun today. But make sure you go and head to her channel when you finish watching this video, because that's where the second half of this will be. So I might start with the bags that I chose for you.
Okay.
And you can tell me if I'm close or not. So the very first one I chose is my Lady Dior in the is this a mini? Is this, I don't know what
Yeah,
size
I
this
think it's
is.
midi.
Yeah, so
It
it's
might
not,
be a small.
yeah, it's the smallest one before you get to the micro. I can't ever work
Yeah.
out Dior sizing. They just need to make it standard and it'll make my life easier. But this is my disco bag. And I feel like you could use some sparkle in your life. It's still black. It'll
It
still go with
is.
a lot of things, but it's got the sparkle, and like the date night bag. I thought this might work all right in your collection. Not one you would buy, I don't think, because you wouldn't see the value in it. But if you were given it, what do you reckon?
It's funny that you say that because one of the things I'm wanting to add is a smaller, fun, embellished Lady Dior. And that's one that I have seen. I saw it come up once and I really thought about getting it, and it was gone by the time that I was done thinking about getting it. So you nailed that one.
See, I've done all right. I've done all
I'm
right.
trying to be less practical.
It's important. You should have fun things in your collection as well, I feel. Like it can't just all be, bags that are useful. Sometimes you gotta have some fun. So I thought you love the Lady Dior far more than I do because it drives me nuts with the thing on top. Like, just drives me insane. But you love a Lady Dior. So yes, that was the first one that I chose for you, and it is from my collection. So maybe one day it'll find its way to you. You never know. And then the second one I chose is the Fendi First, which I don't know if you're going to be all right with. I love the Fendi First, as we all know. I'm a huge Fendi First queen. But I thought this one might work well. So it's in this crinkled silver. Which is why I love it because it's super low maintenance. It just goes with so many things in the silver, and it's an easy finish to take care of. And yes, I thought maybe also a date night bag, even if it is a little out of left field. What do we think of the Fendi First? Be kind.
The Fendi, I am. The Fendi First is my favorite bag from Fendi. If I were to ever get a Fendi bag, I think it would be a Fendi First because it's interesting. And Blake also finds it really interesting. So he'd be like, yeah, I love that bag. It's got like some interesting like mathematical things going on with like the way they actually designed it that I just have always really liked about it. But the color, I would be scared to death of that finish if I saw it in the store because I would be like this is going to get scratched with my dogs. Like it's like I'm going to ruin this bag in a heartbeat. And you're saying that like it's really easy to take care of, and I would be scared to death of that in the store, but I'm open to it.
It's actually my lowest maintenance Fendi First. Yes, it would be my lowest maintenance Fendi First because it's got this crinkle finish on it. It really doesn't show any scratches. And this thing's been out with me to parties like at Fendi and stuff, and I just throw it around. So it's got some scuff marks on the F lock, but you can't see them because they get mixed in with all the crinkle. And that's why I like it because of the crinkle finish. So it's not got, if it was a high shine, absolutely, it'd be a pain in the backside to take care of. But the crinkle like just gives you a little bit of grace, which is handy. So yes, I thought this is my go-to, like I'm going out, I might get a little bit messy. It's handy to have this one with me. So yes, but I thought silver, but I don't think you do a lot of gold, do you? You're silver?
I have a lot of silver because as a grad student, silver was much more affordable, but I'm getting more into gold.
I don't, they did do a gold in this, but I do not have it because I lean silver. So maybe you need the gold instead of the silver because the gold is also crinkle. All right. Next we have, a classic, an absolute classic. We have our Chanel Mini in the black and white tweed with the little Chanel ribbons through it. I have this. Amelia Rose has this. Jasleen from The Real Chicane has this. This is Chanel royalty in terms of bags, but it is beautiful. It is easy to wear. Tweed is a little bit finicky to take care of, but it is a beautiful bag. But I thought it might go nicely in your wardrobe.
Yeah. And I have actually, this was probably a couple of years ago. I was commenting on Amelia's channel being like, if you ever want to sell that bag, I would like to purchase it, please. So you did a good job with that one too.
Yeah, I've done all right this morning. So I walked around my collection and went, what would I choose for Victoria? So I've done all right. But this is a really handy bag. Like I love a mini. As we know, I have many, many, many minis. The rose gold is easier to travel with because it is caviar leather and it's harder wearing. But this just like it's just classic Chanel. It's black and white. It's tweed. It's
Yeah.
so classic. And it cost me a fortune. But that's okay. That's all right. So yes, I think eventually, because you don't have any minis, do you?
I don't have any Chanel bags. I don't have any Chanel.
It's because it's so expensive. So expensive.
Like, it's so expensive that it, like they keep doing the price increases and it just makes me mad. And so out of spite, I'm not buying anything from the store.
Well, I was reading the purse bop or whatever it is where they gave you the old pricing and the new prices that have just come in and they're like, oh, well, the medium classic flap's only gone up like $500 or something. And I'm like, it's like 800 Australian dollars. Like it's a lot of money. Like, we're now talking maxis, I think, are over 20,000 Australian dollars. Like it's insanity. Like it's just off the charts crazy now. And
Yeah, I
these
think that in the US, the small classic flap is now the same price as like a Birkin 25.
it's just
And I'm just like,
I think what have these landed at? Like 7,000 US dollars or something? Does that sound right to
no,
you?
I think they're 5,800. So with tax, it'll be like 6,300 in
Yeah.
the US.
Yeah. So in Australia, we're going to be pushing like $8,500, if not nine, on this. It's just insanity. So, and the Australian dollar is terrible at the moment. So yeah, everything's super expensive, but it's just well, considering I think I paid 10 for this, and I thought because that was such a premium at the time, like to get this for 10 now, considering how much the new ones are, that's only like $1,500 off a new one. It's just insane. And this is like a classic.
Yeah.
All right. And the next one I chose is a wok. I chose my Chanel wok that I bought in Paris. This is in a metallic blue and it's got the ruthenium hardware, so it's quite dark. But I figured a navy blue, but with a bit of sparkle might go okay in your wardrobe. So what do we think of this one?
I love that one. I loved it when you unboxed it. And I think I commented, I was like, if I were to get a wok, that's probably the wok that I would get because it would go so well with all of my denim because I wear so much denim.
Yes. Well, we're coming into winter now, and I have to admit I'm a jean hoarder. So I have many, many pairs of jeans. And now that they're like coming back into the 90s look, and I've got to do the wide leg jeans and I've got to get rid of all my skinny jeans so I don't look as old as I actually am. I'm like, oh, so many new jeans I've got to buy.
I'm just like, I'm short. I'm going to stick with the skinny jeans. I don't want to pay for anything.
I think someone told me the other day, if you wear skinny jeans, the Gen Zers know instantly that you're old. Like, oh God, she's old. So, although I did hear the other day that a sign of how old you are is whether or not you carry a wallet, which I thought was very interesting. Do you carry a wallet?
I carry a card holder.
Yep, you're old.
I did carry a wallet up until I got my card holder.
Yeah.
And then once I got my YSL card holder last year, I quit carrying my wallet.
So I still have a proper wallet, but apparently the Gen Zers don't carry anything. They've got all their cards on their phone. They've got their IDs on their phone. They literally just carry a phone. I'm like, I would be so lost. I would be so lost.
I would be so nervous that my phone would die.
Yes, exactly. But they'll probably carry a power bank, but they won't carry a wallet. Like we've got to like work out what's more important here at this point. So yes, I feel like you do need a wok. I feel like you could pick a wok up for your collection on the resale market at a decent price. I know you don't want to buy one brand new in store, but we'll drag you into Chanel when we go to New York in August because Victoria is coming to New York in August. It's exciting. So many YouTubers in such a big state, so it'll be good fun. But I feel like we can go do some research at Chanel and have a look at the woks, and then we'll find you the exact right one on the resale market. But from my collection, I think this is a good bag for you. And then the last one I chose, although I do have a wild card as well, is my Kelly 25 in the Cellier style in Epsom leather in the color Blue Celeste. Have you ever noticed that when you talk about your Hermes bags, you have to give all the specs? You can't just say it's a blue Kelly 25. It's very important you list all the specs. But for those who are interested, this one has gold hardware as well. What do we think?
I actually am not a fan of the Kellys. Well, let me phrase that. I'm not a fan of the Kellys on me. On me, they look awkward.
Really?
They do. And like, I've tried on all the different sizes and I can't find one that looks right on me. Like the mini Kelly looks like makes me look too much like a child because I am just 5'2", and still fit in children's size clothing. But then the bigger sizes are just disproportionate on me. And like, even if I'm hand carrying them, it looks like I'm trying to make a bag work that is the wrong size for me.
Oh, well, I did all right. I did 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Would you prefer a Birkin?
I am wanting a Birkin 30. Birkin 25s, oddly enough, look weird on me.
Really? I would have thought, given
it's the same thing with a mini Kelly.
Well,
I would have thought that Birkin 25 would look really cute. And instead, it makes me look more childlike. But, and like a Birkin 35 looks too big, but a Birkin 40 looks great.
Really?
I don't know how to.
See, I don't want a 40 because they get so heavy. Like a Birkin is heavy to start with and it's only handheld. So my sales associates talked to me about a 40 before and I'm like, by the time I shove a whole heap of crap in it, it's gonna weigh so much. Like I don't really want a 40 for that reason.
Yeah.
But it's surprising that you didn't want the 25 because you're so tiny. Like your whole frame is tiny. So I would have gone with the 25 just for that reason alone.
The 30 on me just works. The 25 doesn't. And I've tried them on. I've tried them on different colors, different leathers, and the 25 just doesn't work.
Yeah. It's a pain in the backside bag because you literally have to hold it the whole time. You can't even put it up your arm. The 30 is a much better size. I can
actually get the 25 up my arm.
Because you're so tiny, yes. Yeah, I can't. I'm not that little. But it's interesting to me that I've got 3 25s, but really the 30 works better for me. So maybe I should work on that problem for a while. And after watching...
You've got to pick it out.
I know.
Like, you can pause.
I know. I won't be seeing anything for quite a while. I would think my sales associate's like, well, she's done. She can stand over there for a while. We might revisit her at the end of the year if she's lucky. But I want to get to Paris next year. So, like, you never know. I could play the lotto and get an appointment. And I won't be doing a VIP appointment again, but I might get an appointment. And then I have to think about what I want. And I think I would go with a Birkin 30. What's on your list? What do you want then? A Birkin 30 in what?
Birkin 30 in Togo. Not picky on hardware. I'm open to gold or palladium hardware because I wear both and I wear a lot of mixed metals, so that doesn't really bother me. And then color preference, either Rouge Cellier or Vertimon.
Yes, well, Vertimon I have, and I know that you love that, and that is a great...
If you ever decide to sell that bag, I have dibs on it.
You heard it here first. She wants my bleed. So is that what you would do if you were offered a special order? You'd do a Birkin?
If I do a special order, I would do Rouge Cellier on the outside, and then I would do Vertimon on the inside. What
color is Rouge Cellier? I can't think of it.
It's sort of like a maroony color. It's what Cassie Thorpe's Birkin is.
I feel like I was offered that in my, so at the end, I haven't told anyone this because I don't like to tell people that I reject things. So at the end of last year, when this came through, my sales associate was sending me a whole heap of photos for options because he was desperate to try and get my second one in before the end of the year. And I had like a Kelly doll. I've talked about that, but it was in like a really light lilac color, like mauve pale. And I went, no, that's just no fun. But what he also sent me was a picnic Birkin in that color, like it's like a maroon color. And I was like, that's so not me. I don't want that either. So yeah, I turned that down in the picnic last year as well. Even though I really wanted a picnic, that was never going to work for me. So I didn't feel like I should take something just because it was being offered. I want to take something I'm actually going to use, and my Nata one's perfect. But yes, so, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it's a beautiful color. It just doesn't go with anything I own.
Yeah. You're very, very bright color, and I'm very neutral. So for me, that sort of maroony color is color for me. And it goes with all of my very neutral things.
Yes, well, I knew I was taking a chance on this color. I didn't know
I
if you
like the color. The color I like.
Yes. Well, I think that
bright blue is the one color in my wardrobe.
Yes, I feel like you could do that color. I feel like you'd be all right with maybe a purple, like, but you like the maroon. And then, yeah, I don't know what other colors I would pick for you because you are so neutral. Like, you love everything to just be very like beige, brown, black, gray. That's kind of your gamut,
Yep.
which is fine. That's what suits your lifestyle and your wardrobe. Works for Victoria Beckham, who wears nothing but black. So you go nuts. But yeah, I looked around my wardrobe and went, what other color would I choose? Maybe a rose Capri, like, because that's like quite a dark, like pinky purple.
Maybe. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't choose for you like one of my light baby pinks.
Yeah.
No. Speaking of pink, but so Victoria is a terrible, terrible, terrible influence on me. So she loves YSL, which is fine. We love her anyway. And she had influenced me to buy the varsity jacket, the black varsity jacket, which I love, which you have, but you don't have it in black. You got yours in that pink color, like a light color. But Blake, your husband, has the black, and he's surprised that I bought it in the size that I did. But she encouraged me to buy that after seeing hers. I'm like, I really want one of those. And strangely enough, I took Mr. Lux to that appointment. He's like, I can totally see why you would wear that. So we both have encouraging husbands, which is a problem. But then Victoria found me a listing because I was like, oh, I'd love one in pink. She's like, well, do you know that at some point YSL did a pink? They did pink in men's and they did pink in women's. And she sent me a picture of it and I was like, oh my God, it's a perfect pink. How did I not know that existed? And then she went a step further and found me a listing for one on the resale market. And the price was so good, so good. I was like, coming into winter in Australia, maybe I need another jacket. So may I present my unboxing? We'll call it unboxing. It's really just in tissue paper at the moment, which is, ta-da!
It is so bright.
It is so pink. It is.
That is amazing.
Who did you send me the picture of this wearing? Was it Post Malone?
Post Malone.
So Post Malone has this jacket in this color, in this amazing pink. But I love these jackets so much. So for those of you who watch me, you know that I unboxed my Tyler, the Creator varsity jacket from Louis Vuitton just recently. But this is such a different textile. Like, it's really a tight weave. And I feel like it's going to be really good for wind chill factor, if that makes sense. Like, it'll keep the wind out. Not that we get a lot of like really cold weather here, but it's such a great color. So I ended up with this in a women's 42. Was it a 42?
Yes. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, it's a women's 42 that I've ended up with. So my other one's a men's 50. It's super oversized. This one is much more, I guess, what they're expecting it to be, which is a fitted women's jacket, which will like cut exactly where it's supposed to at the hip with a pair of jeans instead of having that really long, oversized down below your backside look. But how cool is it? And
So you
this,
see, totally different jacket because it's in a different size and a different fit.
absolutely, and that's how I'll sell it to my husband. Not that he will even notice. He's like, do you always own that? Yeah, yeah, totally. I've had this for ages. How did you not know? But this I got, I don't remember the site that I got it from.
I think it was a site in Australia, wasn't it?
I think they work with the overseas site. So the site was called onrepeat.com. And then there was a company out of Double Bay here in Sydney, which facilitated it through 3/6. So I don't understand what the process was there, but it was on the On Repeat website. But then it came out of this company called 3/6 in Double Bay, who sent me their card as in like, please buy things from us. um, so yeah, I don't know how that all worked, but this was less than $1,000, people. Victoria found me a bargain. This was like 990 Australian dollars. So I was like, when I saw the price and the color, I was like, of course, I need to own this. I needed to own it regardless of the price, but the price is very good considering my new one was like 3,500 Australian dollars. So yeah, I think this is an absolute bargain. I'm going to send it out for dry cleaning. It's just got a tiny mark on it, but that's going to come out with dry cleaning. Like you can't, I can see it, but I can't even show you on camera. It's so tiny. So I'll send it off for dry cleaning and then it'll be ready to go just in time for winter here because it's still not cold yet. I don't know when it'll get cold. We don't get super cold. So I don't know, maybe end of April, May. I've got flannelette sheets ready to go.
Yeah, we go from like 112 to -18.
Oh, God.
We have a very wide spectrum of temperatures here.
Yeah, no, we don't get that here at all. Like it'll get to, we've just put a fireplace in and Mr. Lux is desperate to get the fireplace going. And I'm like, you cannot turn the fireplace on. It's like 28 degrees Celsius in the middle of the day. We can't have the fireplace going. You're going to have to wait a few months. And he's just desperate. Like, oh my God, I just want to build a fire. I'm like, it's not cold. You're going to have to hang about. So, but even then it won't ever get super cold. So yeah, it's our version of cold. But I have been to New York in the middle of winter and I have been to DC in the worst snowstorm they'd had in 250 years and everything was shut. And I mean, everything. I went to the newspaper museum twice because it was the only thing open. So I have experienced real cold, but yes, it's not going to get that way here. And my wild card. So I did choose one other bag for you, which I don't believe that you have, and I don't actually own, but I think you need the YSL. You sent me a picture of it. It's like the new Never Full. What's that called? I'll insert a picture of it and when I edit.
That's the Rive Gauche tote.
Yes. So YSL are now doing a tote, which I get it's similar to a Never Full, but it's not. But we'll give you that for a comparison. I will insert photos. But Victoria sent it to me and she's like, you need this. And I'm like, do I or do you need this? You're just letting me know because you need one. So you've seen it in the flesh, haven't you?
I have. It's nice.
Because it has the zip.
It's really nice. It doesn't have a zip. But as opposed to like closing like short ways, the way the Neverfull does, it closes on the long sides. And so that makes it a lot more secure.
Oh, well, there you go. And that is it less expensive than a Neverfull?
Yes.
Yes. So there are options out there for those who don't want the Neverfull because it's a canvas finish and they want, but they want that size. That YSL now have this tote, and it's certainly an option. And as Victoria is a VIP at YSL and has so many amazing pieces, your lizard, it's lizard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, your lizard bag is amazing. So yeah, I feel like you need that tote because you've got a Neverfull, haven't you?
I do, and I love my Neverfull, but when it gets heavy, the straps are painful.
This is true as someone who travels with her GM1 and like packs as much in it as humanly
Yeah.
possible and tries
And
to
mine is a
drag.
GM as well.
Yeah. And you're so little. You're so little. Like, how big does that look on you?
It looks ridiculous, but that's beside the point.
You can pack yourself in it if you just like put yourself inside it. And you
We
put
have set the dog in it just for fun.
the Chloe or Margot.
We sat Chloe in it just like sitting.
Yeah.
She immediately jumped out of it because she did not fit at all. And then we've sat Margot in it and I carried her around and she also did not like it at all.
Because for those who missed it, Victoria just got a brand new puppy. She's beautiful, little Margot, and she's a golden retriever, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how many things has she chewed in your house now? Oh, she's a good puppy.
We catch her. She tries to chew everything. She is not allowed in my office where my closet is. She is. We have baby gates up to barricade her wherever we happen to be in the house. Otherwise, she'd probably get into a lot more trouble.
I don't know. Do you guys have Vicks Vapor Rub over there? It's
Yeah.
yeah. So we used to, when my dogs were puppies, they would chew cords and like the sides, the corners of the coffee table and stuff. So we would put Vicks Vapor Rub on it because they don't like the smell because it is so potent.
Yeah.
And that's how I kept them from chewing things. We did lose a coffee table in the fight, but before that, like all my cords in my office at home and stuff, like I would just coat them in Vicks and they wouldn't go anywhere near them. So hot tip for anyone who's got a puppy. Um, so they're the bags that I've chosen for Victoria today, and that's my brand new purchase. So we're now going to switch channels and we will come back on Victoria's channel and she will choose 5 bags for me. And I think you've got a very special unboxing as well, don't you?
I do.
It's always exciting. We love an unboxing. So make sure you head over to Victoria's channel now down below. And switch over to her. Make sure you subscribe to her channel and come see what Victoria's got to unbox and come see how well she knows me. Let's see if she can choose 5 bags that I will love as well. Given my vast collection, I think it's a bit of a challenge, but I think she might be up to it. So let's head over there and see what Victoria's got for me.